Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Matt Howard. I am the director of the Alliance for Water Stewardship North America. It's a program of the Water Council, which is based here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the Alliance, as its name implies, is actually a global alliance of water users and non-governmental organizations that came together to develop a globally consistent framework towards corporate water stewardship. And so before I get going today in my presentation, I just wanted to make sure that you all had some critical information in terms of how to reach the Alliance for Water Stewardship North America and the Water Council. We have a new website at www.aws-northamerica.com. We have a Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at AWS North America. We also have a Twitter feed at Water Steward NA. And then, of course, you can email me anytime at aws@thewatercouncil.com. And of course, if you want to find information about the Water Council and the other programs that the Water Council operates, you can go to www.thewatercouncil.com. As I said, some history is important in terms of why the Alliance was formed. It's a global alliance that was originally formed in 2008. And it was at the impetus of the NGO community, primarily WWF, the Nature Conservancy, the Pacific Institute, and some others, came together because they wanted to develop a more globally consistent framework in their approach towards corporate water stewardship. And they realized very quickly the importance of bringing in the private sector into this alliance and bringing in water users into this alliance. And so from very early on, you had companies like Ecolab, Nestle, General Mills, and others who joined the NGO community to begin their journey together on corporate water stewardship. And what this group discovered very early on was what was needed or what was missing in terms of the global marketplace around water use was a water standard for how sites use water. And so within a couple of years of the formation of the Alliance, the group began the development of a water stewardship standard known as the International Water Stewardship Standard, or AWS Standard for short. And so over the course of about 4 or 5 years, this group led a global stakeholder-informed process to develop this voluntary standard for water users. The Alliance for Water Stewardship was also looking for partners not just in the NGO community and not just in private sector groups, but other types of partners. And so the Water Council became involved very early on in the development of the standard. And that really explains some of the history of the relationship between the Water Council and the Alliance, and why, as the director of the Alliance for Water Stewardship North America, I am actually based in the Water Council here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so through the development process of this standard, the Alliance has grown, and they issued their standard for the first time to the public in 2014. And I'm going to go into a little bit of detail into the standard in a moment, but again, just to kind of talk about the global Alliance for Water Stewardship system. The standard really is the core or the heart of the system, and the standard is supported by 3 different areas. The first is a verification system. So the standard is supported by consultants who can train you to the standard. They can help companies implement the standard, and there are auditors out there that will help companies get certified to the standard. So that's the verification and claims system. The other part of the system that is supported globally right now is the training program. And so each region globally has control over their training program and makes sure that it's regionally specific content, that it makes sense for the region that you're in, because obviously water issues are different all over the planet. And so AWS North America has been running training programs since 2015, and we have a couple more on the slate for 2016. And the third component is a governance system. And the vision for AWS is that the members, so back to that previous slide with all those different partners, that the members actually own the system and guide the system moving forward. And so we've just launched our membership program globally and in North America in 2016. And we're driving towards a global water stewardship forum in Edinburgh, Scotland, the first week of November, where we'll have all of our members come together. We'll work on that vision together and really begin some discussions around the potential to revise or update the standard, but also to develop some regionally specific guidance to help companies in different parts of the globe better implement and make it more easy to implement the standard. So one of the questions I get asked often is, as a business, as a water user, why should I care about my water use? Why is water an issue that I really need to put on my radar screen? At a very, very high level, this is from 2015, and the situation hasn't really changed much. In 2016, the World Economic Forum came out with their global risk report not too long ago, and they survey the top several hundred companies around the globe on a range of risks that impact their businesses. And what you can see here in terms of top 10 risks in terms of likelihood, now this is from the business community. Number 8 is water crises, so it's in the top 10 lists of risks that business think they're going to face in 2015 and 2016 and beyond. And if you look at the top 10 risks in terms of impact, water's at the top. It's ahead of things like energy price shock, fiscal crises, even weapons of mass destruction. So businesses are really putting a lot of time and focus looking at water. And we're also hearing from groups like the SEC, particularly here in the United States, that companies need to be more transparent about how water risk is material to their business, how it impacts direct operations, but also supply chains, and are they appropriately reporting on those different types of risks like they do for energy or waste or other risks that they're addressing. And ultimately, how they deal with those water risks and how they report on those water risks could have an impact on their access and cost of capital.